Best wishes to all of you from Dr. Neelkant Karandikar. I'm the Chief Cardiologist at Heart Clinic, Mukundnagar, and Alpha Diagnostic Center, Tilak Road, Pune. I'm interventional cardiologist at the Ruby Hall Clinic, Sahyadri Hospital, and Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital, where I do procedures like angiography, angioplasty, pacemakers, etc. I am the Honorary Professor Emeritus in Cardiology at the BJ Government Medical College and Sassoon Hospitals, Pune. A rare honor conferred on me by the government of Maharashtra. I'm the first gold medalist of the Bombay University, Mumbai University now, at the DM Cardiology examination, which is a super specialty examination. We have been discussing in this series on healthy heart, healthy life about our heart. And in the last 4 sessions, we have gone through some very basic facts about the heart, lungs, etc. I thought, why not today recapitulate some of these important facts that we talked about in these earlier 4 sessions before proceeding further. In Marathi, it is called as Simhavalokan. In the first session, we saw that the heart, is a recipient of impure blood devoid of oxygen from all over the body. On the right side of the heart, this blue-looking blood comes. It is pushed into the lungs where it is oxygenated, and then it starts looking reddish. From the lungs, it returns to the left side of the heart, and this oxygenated blood is then pushed into all over the body, into the various organs of the body. In the 17th century, Mr. William Harvey, the renowned physician of that time, called the heart the sovereign of the body, the king of the body, and not without reason. William Harvey was the first person to correctly describe blood circulation in the body. He showed that arteries and veins form a complete circuit that starts at the heart and leads back to the heart. In this very interesting video, all these things
We'll
are
start with
explained.
the basics and examine how the human heart works. The heart is a muscle about the size of a clenched fist that is located under the rib cage and between the lungs. It is divided into a left side and a right side. Each side has 2 chambers. The upper chambers are called atria and the lower chambers are called ventricles. Blood flows from the atria to the ventricles through one-way valves. The atria and the ventricles work together as a team to pump blood through the heart. The right atrium receives oxygen-depleted blood from the body and pushes it into the right ventricle, which pumps it out to the lungs. Oxygen-enriched blood is returned from the lungs to the left atrium, which pushes it into the left ventricle, where it is pumped back out to the body. After the body has used all of the oxygen in the blood returns to the heart and the cycle repeats. In a normal heart, this sequence occurs 60 to 100 times per minute. The heart's beating rhythms are driven by electrical impulses within the heart. In a normal heart rhythm, electrical signals originate in the heart's natural pacemaker, the sinoatrial node, also called the SA node. These electrical signals travel from the atria to the ventricles in a defined rhythmic pattern. The electrical signals pass through the atrioventricular or AV node. The AV node acts as a natural gatekeeper for the heart, through which all the heart's electrical signals normally pass.
After having seen this video, which beautifully explains the functioning of the heart, in the second session, we saw about function of the lungs. The lungs are the organs of respiration. They are located in the chest, one on each side of the heart. The function of the lungs is to oxygenate blood. They help by bringing in air and putting it close to the blood that needs oxygen. The diaphragm is a parachute-like muscle and it's going down and up, down and up, is very important in the act of respiration. Comes down inspiration, goes up expiration, comes down inspiration, goes up expiration. So this cycle continues on and on. In the third session, we discussed about atherosclerosis. Sorry. When the child is born, in most cases, almost all cases, the arteries are healthy without any deposits on the inner lining of those arteries. As we have seen earlier, the arteries supplying blood to the heart are called coronary arteries. But as the age advances, in some cases who are either genetically predisposed or who have risk factors like smoking, like overweight, diabetes, hypertension, etc. Deposits of fat, cholesterol, etc., and some cells in the body these deposits start taking place on the inner lining of the blood vessels. And coronaries is a favorite target of atherosclerosis. And when the block increases to such an extent, over 50%, then obstruction to the forward blood flow starts occurring and various types of heart disease originate called ischemic heart disease. Here are shown the common sites of atherosclerosis. The number one is the lower end of the big vessel artery called aorta, but here the diameter of the artery is fairly large, almost 2 centimeters or around that. And even if there are atherosclerotic fat deposits, they usually don't cause significant obstruction. But the second commonest site is the coronary artery supplying blood to the heart. Here, these arteries, as we have said earlier, are small, 2.5 to 4 millimeters in most cases. And here, once the deposit starts occurring, obstruction can occur when the deposits exceed around 50% of the diameter of the coronary artery. The third site is the arteries to the lower limbs. Here it is shown here, and the blocks here cause claudication, pain while walking, and other complaints. And the 4 and 5 sites are the arteries supplying blood to our brain. So these are the commonest sites of atherosclerosis, though atherosclerosis can affect many organs of the body. In the fourth session, we saw about what is global burden of disease. We saw that the World Bank not only deals with financial matters, but in 1993, along with Harvard School of Public Health and World Health Organization, the World Bank undertook a very important project called Global Burden of Disease, GBD. In this project was undertaken to evaluate the diseases in different countries of the world. This important project has been named Global Burden of Disease. It evaluates the death rate or mortality due to the various diseases and also the disability caused by them. In this project, the term DALI, Disability Adjusted Life Years, was introduced, and it includes disability causing a disability causing, inability of the person to do useful work. In addition, the risk factors causing various diseases are also evaluated. So this global burden of disease is a very important project, and it tells us which countries are facing which problem, which is the number one problem, number two problem, what are the risk factors, and it helps us in concentrating on the diseases which are most prevalent, most important. Now, having done Simhavalokan for the first two sessions of this healthy heart, healthy life, program, which I started on 15th of August this year. We are going to discuss some very interesting things about the heart. Here is a picture of the fairy fly drawn by an artist. What a beautiful picture. But actually, the fairy fly is an insect which looks like this or like this. And the reason to mention fairy fly in today's talk is because fairy fly has the heart, which is the smallest heart known to mankind. You can see this is the muscle of that little heart. These are the cavities. And you can see shown in red is the big artery coming out of the heart, which will take blood to the various organs of the fairy fly. Having discussed the smallest heart known to mankind, let us also talk about the largest or the biggest heart known to mankind, and it belongs to none other than the blue whale. The fun facts about the blue whale, let us look at those. They are the largest animal ever recorded to live on Earth. They are 80 to 100 feet long and weigh more than 2 lakh kilos. Their tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Their heart weighs as much as a cow. They are the loudest animals on the planet and they live for 80 to 90 years on an average. Fantastic. So, just, to tell you some interesting facts, I mentioned about the smallest and the biggest heart. This is the specimen of the blue whale's huge heart, a very rare specimen. The blue whale heart weighs 181 kilos. And we have already seen that the blue whale weighs more than 2 lakh kilos. Thank you very much for watching this recap video. And I would urge that you keep on watching these videos on this my YouTube channel. Also give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Thank you very much. See you in the next session. Again, a big thank you for attending this session and meet you again in the next session.